Since the first whisper of trouble, the story of Nancy Guthrie has gripped the nation. Every official update from the Pima County Sheriff's Office, every social media post from her family, and every verified report from trusted national and local sources has been scrutinized. Now, late evening on Sunday, February 8th, 2026, the nightmare has stretched into its 8th day. At the heart of this crisis is an 84-year-old grandmother with a sharp mind and a fragile heart, missing from her home, without the medications critical to her survival. Her family and community face a desperate waiting game. Nancy Guthrie, a life of strength. Nancy Guthrie's life was a testament to resilience and love. After losing her husband suddenly to a heart attack, she raised 3 children on her own, instilling values of kindness, faith, and determination. Her children, now successful adults, describe her as the anchor of their family. Friends and neighbors remember her laughter, her generosity, and her quick wit. Despite physical limitations, she maintained independence, navigating life with a walker while managing chronic heart and pain conditions. Nancy's home was more than a residence. It was a sanctuary of love, joy, and routine, a place now overshadowed by fear. The quiet Saturday night. Saturday, January 31st, began like any other evening. Dinner, conversation, laughter, a family together in warmth. Around 9:30 p.m., Nancy was dropped at her home in the Catalina foothills, a peaceful, upscale Tucson neighborhood. She entered the single-story ranch-style house using her walker, and the garage door closed around 9:50 p.m. Nothing appeared unusual, and family members went home, believing the night would pass quietly. Her phone showed no outgoing calls afterward, and her pacemaker signaled normally for a few hours. But between 1:45 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., the first alarm sounded. The pacemaker app lost connection, a harbinger of the crisis to come. Discovery: a home in disarray. By Sunday morning, concern grew when Nancy missed her regular church service, an unwavering part of her week. A friend checked in, and repeated calls went unanswered. By noon, family members arrived at her home, finding it eerily empty. Deputies from the Pima County Sheriff's Office declared the home a crime scene within hours. Signs of forced entry and damage to door frames were evident. A trail of blood inside hinted at a struggle. Sheriff Chris Nanos confirmed investigators believed Nancy had been taken against her will. The situation immediately escalated from a welfare check to a high-stakes abduction case, the medical clock. Nancy's medical needs intensified the urgency. She relied on daily medications for her heart and chronic pain. Missing even a single dose can trigger rapid decline, weakness, confusion, heart complications, or worse. Experts warn that elderly patients with pacemakers can deteriorate quickly without proper medication. Every hour Nancy remains missing increases the danger. The combination of her medical vulnerabilities and the violent circumstances of her disappearance makes this a life or death situation. Family members and authorities alike feel the pressure of this invisible countdown, knowing that time is the most unforgiving adversary. The investigation intensifies. Monday, February 2nd marked day 2 of the search. Ground teams, volunteers, drones, and helicopters combed the rugged Catalina foothills, covering washes, rocky terrain, and cactus-studded hills. Investigators canvassed neighbors, examined doorbell cameras, traffic cameras, and license plate readers. Yet the remote neighborhood offered few witnesses, and no vehicle or footprints were detected leaving the area. The evidence inside the house, however, made it clear Nancy did not leave on her own. Authorities believe the abduction was deliberate. FBI agents joined the investigation, standard protocol for cases involving high-profile families, and suspected foul play. Every lead, no matter how small, is pursued relentlessly. Ransom demands and public pressure. By Tuesday, February 3rd, messages claiming responsibility for Nancy's disappearance began circulating. Demands included millions in cryptocurrency, proof of life, and time-sensitive deadlines. Authorities, aware of the risks, refused to negotiate without verification. Analysts note that captors often grow impatient, and the victim's declining health may force them to act prematurely. Meanwhile, the public's attention and media coverage increase pressure, potentially prompting those with information to come forward. Every day without Nancy amplifies the tension. Her survival is uncertain, but experts caution that even minimal care, water, or partial medication can extend the life of someone her age under extreme conditions. Investigators remain hopeful. Despite the peril, authorities remain cautiously optimistic. No body has been found, and no evidence confirms death. Behavioral changes in ransom messages, increasingly angry and impatient, suggest stress within the captor's ranks. Historical data shows that high-profile, well-publicized abductions often resolve alive, even for elderly victims with medical vulnerabilities, especially under sustained investigative pressure. The combination of family persistence, community engagement, and law enforcement resources provides hope. Every day brings the possibility of a breakthrough, whether through a tip, surveillance footage, or captor misstep. The search is far from over. Timeline and key questions. From Nancy's peaceful Saturday evening to the lost pacemaker signal in the early hours of Sunday, the window of her disappearance is narrow but critical. Investigators continue to ask, was Nancy given water, partial medication, or any care at all? Is the person behind recent demands the same individual who entered her home? Did someone see something unusual in the Catalina foothills late Saturday night? Every unanswered question is a potential lead. The painstaking reconstruction of events underscores both the precision of the abduction and the urgent need to locate her before her health deteriorates further. The community's role? Public engagement remains vital. Authorities urge anyone with the slightest information, suspicious vehicles, unusual conversations, or knowledge of cryptocurrency transactions to come forward. Neighbors, hikers, and local businesses may hold critical observations. Social media, community networks, and tip lines function as lifelines for leads. Every small detail is scrutinized, from a car parked out of place to a passing comment overheard. The combined vigilance of authorities and the community has historically been a decisive factor in resolving complex abductions, particularly when the victim is vulnerable. The family's vigil. Nancy's family embodies determination and hope. Her children, torn between fear and faith, continue to plead for information and maintain public awareness. They relay every credible lead, support law enforcement efforts, and keep Nancy's story in the public eye. For them, the search is deeply personal. Each hour of uncertainty is unbearable, yet their advocacy ensures that Nancy's disappearance does not fade into obscurity. Their unwavering presence sustains momentum, reminding investigators, volunteers, and the nation that this is not just a case. It is a fight for the life of a beloved mother and grandmother. Closing thoughts. Keep Nancy in the light. Nancy Guthrie never sought attention. She sought a life of love, routine, and family. Her abduction has shattered that quiet existence, but the effort to bring her home has only intensified. As the 8th day ends, hundreds of deputies, agents, and volunteers remain vigilant. Authorities continue to follow every lead, and the public continues to share, search, and pray. In this ongoing struggle, time is critical, hope is essential, and every bit of information could save a life. Keep her name alive, keep her story in the light, bring Nancy home.